Hey, what's up? We're Foxtrax, and you're hanging out with Rob on Front Row Live.
First time here at the Roxy?
Yes, sir, man.
And it's a headliner.
Yeah, this is this is probably our biggest headline in LA so far, so we're
Nice.
jacked up. Yeah.
Nice. Now, since making the move to LA, how have you guys adjusted to that, the LA living that everybody talks about?
I mean, I think it's been a pretty seamless and easy adjustment, really.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It's been awesome. Sunshine, palm trees, good music. It's chill.
What about in the writing sense? Has that move really helped you guys out with the way you guys write, the way that you guys get inspired nowadays?
Yeah, I think the weather out here is so beautiful, and I think just being in a new environment in general always is causing you to be more reflective.
Yeah.
And I think that's always going to make better songs.
Everything changes.
Yeah, dude. Totally. Absolutely.
Which is the new single now. Let's talk about this single. This is the third release off of the upcoming Sophomore EP.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that single, creating that single, and how different is it now writing as opposed to The Cabin when you guys wrote that EP?
I think we're just like a lot more mature, you know? There's a lot of like naivete on that first record.
Yeah.
We were still figuring out like who we were as a band and like what our style was and what our sound was, and I think we're not really asking those types of questions anymore. I think we're
sure of who you are now.
Yeah, now we're much more like, oh, like these parts aren't quite right. We see like what we need to do to make them better, or like we know we have a better idea of what to try differently. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you grow a lot as Ben, but I think you're always growing, and I think that the beauty is that we have perspective from today.
Yeah.
You know, looking back at the song we just released, and 2 years from now, we're gonna look back and be like, that last album was immature. Like now we do all these new things differently, and we recreated ourselves again. So,
Right.
I think I'm really stoked on this new release, though. I think it's, it's something that, is really inspirational, and I think that's all we want to do is create something that inspires other people.
What do you guys feel was the biggest change from The Cabin to now?
I mean, musically, I think that we've just tried to expand our horizons, incorporate different influences, different kinds of grooves. I think that the songwriting has progressed in a beautiful way, in a way that reflects our journey.
Mm. And going into the studio to create this upcoming Sophomore EP, did you guys work with a specific producer? And if so, was this producer someone that you guys have worked with in the past, or is this someone that you guys just started working with?
So Ben Ralston and Alexander Wolf produced this last EP, and Ben had actually taken our like 3/4 finished attempt at the Cabin EP and like just like took it the extra 25%.
Nice.
Just he like didn't really change much. He just kind of like put the finishing touches on it to get it where it needed to be.
Some stuff in there.
Yeah, I actually,
Yeah.
if you ask me like what he actually did, I have no idea. I remember we actually got the mixes back, and he was like, "Oh, hey mates, like, what do you think of this new mix?" We're like, "Okay." We pop it on the speakers, and we were all just like, we all got our pens out to take notes, and then we were just like, "That's it, awesome."
Or it's like, maybe we don't suck that much.
So technically, you guys didn't have a producer; you did it all on your own.
Yeah, we had some.
Reed Black.
Yeah, Reed Black produced the Cabin EP with us, and he was our producer for sure, but he was like more of a guider of our own. Like, we see it this way, and he's like, I can help you do that.
Right.
Whereas Ben and Alex were much more like, I see where you're going with this, but like, you should probably consider trying, this or that, or like,
Right.
we need this sound, we need, a toy keyboard here, whatever. Like, they were a lot more hands-on, and I think when you're a young band, it's really easy I think you just think you're capable of doing it all. You need to have some experiences under your belt to realize like you need somebody else to come in and fill in the gaps that you're missing.
You're telling me you can't play lead saxophone on our next single?
I've been practicing for quite a while, and I think my debut will come soon. But I don't.
So you're not debuting it tonight?
We have matured.
Yeah, when we started being like, hell yeah, dude. I've been
Bring it
practicing
up tonight. 400 people, 100 people, no problem.
Now, when you guys went into the studio, like, how did you guys challenge yourselves aside from maturing in the writing? But what about like the music, the instrumentation, the sounds, like, especially trying to figure out your sound now that you know who you guys are, what you guys sound like? Like, what was the biggest challenge?
Yeah, I mean, as far as challenging us, I think our producers did a fantastic job of that.
Yeah.
I think when you're playing music, you're really close to your own art,
Right.
And you kind of need that outside perspective to be like, that was good. I know that you can do better.
Right.
And I think that was just an amazing experience to work with people who actually pushed us that extra mile.
Now, we've heard 3 singles from the upcoming EP. How many more are we expecting for the EP? And what is it about these 3 singles that you guys wanted to get them out?
We're going to expect one more actually on this EP called "Lonely Men on the Island." We've actually already recorded it, and I think it's a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more rock and roll. Excuse me, a little more like raucous overall.
And what is Foxtrax all about? Why did you guys want to create the music that you do today?
I think we've all had like really interesting and bizarre life experiences, and I think there's just like an inner desire to be creative, like that we need to express ourselves. And you know, some of our friends are painters or photographers, and like that's how they express themselves. And you know, we're not very good at those things, and music is like our mode of expression.
Right. And you guys have experience like touring with other artists as well. What have those tours like taught you guys as you go onto the road and you guys are getting ready to do this, you know, solo tour right now?
It's taught us a lot about life, I think. You know, just being out there and seeing new places. Like, I know we always joke about this, but I never would have had a reason, and no offense to these cities, but like, you know, like Des Moines, Iowa, or like Kansas City, Missouri, you know, we don't have any family there. So it was really cool having a reason to like go to Des Moines, Iowa, and like check out the vibes there and check out the culture, get some great barbecue in Kansas City. You know, these are things that I just probably would not have done otherwise. So I think that's the coolest thing about touring for us is like meeting people in those cities and being like, wow, like I have a reason to be here and like experience the culture.
What about the toughest things about being on tour?
Man, I think that there are plenty of tough things about being on tour. You know, the least of which is being cramped in a minivan-sized compartment with, you know, your brother and your friend for months on end. Yeah. But I think with those hurdles,
he was ready for this question.
with those hurdles, I think it's, you know, the beautiful lesson about being on tour is there's no reason to take life so seriously. Yeah. Every moment is new, every moment's exciting, and every moment's beautiful.
Right.
I agree.
He curved it real nice.
Yeah. I think he nailed it. I don't think there's anything to add.
The nice little spin on it, you know.
So this tour is kicking off now. You guys are doing a few, what was it, like 4 or 5 dates that you guys are doing. What's next after that? Are you guys gonna relax until the EP drops? Like, what are the plans?
I don't think we're gonna relax, but I think it'll probably like wind down into the new year, and then in January, things will kick back up. We got some things in the works, but we're not really at liberty to say exactly what it is. The only thing we can say so far is that we're definitely doing South by, which is exciting. But some other tours and some other releases in the works, which is exciting. And we're pumped.
Now, what are you guys most excited about this upcoming EP that's about to drop?
I mean, I'm excited about all the songs. I think when you release something, it's hard not to love everything that you've done because you've poured your heart and your soul into it. So I'm excited about all of it.
I'm excited about the story that it tells and hopefully the people that it can inspire. You know, we've been releasing these songs as singles, like Everything's Changing and Nothing Lasts Forever. And, you know, each individually have been receiving text messages from, you know, people that we've met along our travels saying like, wow, like that song moved me, it inspired me, it made my day that was a gray morning turn upside down into something that was positive. And I think that as you know, musicians, as artists, all we aim to do is inspire. You know, I think that's the coolest feeling, and I'm most excited to see how it inspires more people as it reaches more people.
Right. And the title is Nothing Lasts Forever, correct? And when is it going to be dropping?
In the end of January.
Okay.
So that's when the full.
So right when the year starts, we got this.
Fresh year, fresh music. It's gonna be good vibes fall.
Awesome. Now, for those that haven't heard of Foxtrax, what song would you guys recommend them to listen first? Like, if they were allowed to just listen to one song of yours, which one would you say?
He's talking about like old demos we had. I would say maybe Gray Morning. I think it's probably not representative of every single track we've ever made, but I think it just showcases like kind of a vibe and a direction I think we're gonna head down.
Okay. So you guys are still somewhat looking for that sound?
No, I think it's just like you go through phases. So like even if you know who you are as an artist, like you go through phases of what you like, and we have more recently kind of just entered that, you know, rock and roll from a hip hop lens. Okay. And that's just really inspiring to us right now. So I think that we'll start to have more songs that are like in that vein and go down that direction. I just think it's really cool and moody.